Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited. Here we are at Pajamas and Pillow Talk. We want to welcome you all in. Welcome you in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Hello.
I am excited.
I'm excited too.
You're excited.
Yeah.
I am excited. You look beautiful tonight. We have the beautiful Sasha Carter and we have the beautiful Brittany Harris with me tonight. We are going to have a conversation. It's going to be real, relevant, and raw. If you don't know by now, you should know. We're just going to hit some topics. We want to welcome you in. Hey, if you are in, I already see some people logged in. If you would say hello so we can acknowledge you, we just want to acknowledge you on today. If you could say hi, that would be great. Let's see. Okay. Who do you have?
Hey, Mom.
Jane?
That's Mom.
Hey, Mom. I am so excited about tonight. This has been a long time coming. We have wanted to really address some issues. I started out actually doing marriage ministry. And what I realized when we were doing marriage ministry was that wives needed some help on their own. They needed some specialized ministry just for wives. And then we had to take it a step back. And I realized that women needed some things before they even became wives. So we really created, that's what started the I Am Built for This movement. And then I had to realize that, hey, I can't leave out my singles.
Yeah.
Right. Because we were all single.
I need some
married,
answers.
Right?
I need some answers.
So I have to say, Brittany Harris is married. She's been married for 11 years. Woo! That's what a millennial being married 11 years. That's something, y'all. That is something. Good. And I have been married 27 years.
Ooh.
What?
Long time.
You Brittany,
you
I know. Halfway there. Yeah. And then we have Sasha, who is waiting to be found.
Yes.
Amen. And so we have some nuggets we want to drop. We want to talk about what it's like being successfully single. We want to give you some nuggets, some things that we did or did not do. And we realized if we had it to do all over again, we would do it all over again. Yes. Amen. So I am so excited. I want to get into this. I want to welcome, Pastor Middleton is on. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. I'm so used to the mornings. I'm not used to this. You know what though? But it was so funny because I was just thinking this. Thursday night before I got married, Thursday night was ladies' night at the club.
Oh yeah, you was going
Thursday,
out.
I was going out, and I put in effort into this. Let me tell you, it was a time when I was divorced and I had 3 children. I was single, right? But it didn't stop Thursday night, ladies' night. It's called babysitter. So I would come home, I would cook dinner, make sure they had their homework done, get them in the bed, and then and get the babysitter, make sure she was there, get her all up to speed. I would leave, go to a whole nother state. Most of the time it was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Go to a whole nother state and then come home. It would be maybe 3 a.m, something like that. And by the time I got home, and I would get up, get them kids together. They would go to daycare, and I would go to work on Friday.
Yeah, do something for yourself.
Yeah. But we put that much effort into doing something like that.
Yeah.
But we got to put some effort into doing some other stuff. Let me tell you, when I went to the altar, I took a minute.
It took a minute.
Yeah, it was a long time when I was at the altar. But this is about just dropping some nuggets. We want to share some things because we understand in this day and time that it is difficult for our single ladies, but it is not as difficult as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
Right.
It isn't. And there are some good men out there. Look, understand this. You have what you say, right?
Mhm.
That's Bible.
Yeah.
So if you speak that there's no good men out there,
Yeah.
then there ain't. You're not going to find them.
That is
Yeah.
true.
You know, you're going to continue. You're going to be a magnet for the men who are no good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what you say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're
And that
going.
changes your attitude too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Changes your whole attitude.
It does change your
Yeah.
attitude. It does. So I am excited. I want to jump on in. We got a couple other. Keisha Taylor is watching. Hey Keisha, how are you? Kirsten Campbell is watching. She hasn't changed her name. She's been struggling with that. But her name is Campbell. Don't get it twisted. Amen. So we want to just say, and is that Cyan?
Yeah, that's Ocean. I got a few of my besties in here. Ocean.
You know what?
Yay.
Your friends have different names.
They do. They are
like
eclectic.
Ocean. Yeah.
Tyra. We got some different
Yes.
people in here. Jade.
Amen. Okay. It's quite a few on today. So we want to jump in and get started because there's a lot of questions. Apparently, some questions were fielded. We put some out there to some single ladies because we wanted to address your questions first. So can our producer go ahead and put up the first one? Okay, let's see. What does it say? What does the proper way of dating as a Christian woman look like? Oh, and should I have my options open or date one person at a time? Okay. All right.
I think them options need to be open.
No. You don't think so? No. Matter of fact, let's.
What kind of
Let's-
options?
I mean, just be more so like a start off. Okay, I don't know, because it's like, should you start off as friends and just like just checking the vibe first? Like, like, okay. I mean, definitely being upfront and honest about
What
what you're doing
going,
right now. Like, hey, are we just hanging out, or
Right.
we're getting just
Definitely
to know each other.
specifying your intentions.
Yeah.
Or what you want as well. What
Yeah.
are they looking for? Just so it's no time wasted. I mean,
Right.
some time may be wasted. a little bit, but-
No.
No.
She said, she disagreed.
Let me say this. First of all, I do want to just bring some clarity to something. Really, as believers, there's even a question of whether we should date. I don't necessarily believe in dating as in what the world says, because dating gives this connotation from a worldly perspective that, you date as many people as you can, and whatever sticks, and you kick some to the curb, you keep some along, and you see how it goes, and but no, that's not what we want to do, because really we shouldn't even entertain someone's interest unless we're really interested.
Okay.
We got to know what we want first.
That's where the confusion
But how do
starts,
you? But how do you know when you're really interested?
Well,
That's my thing. I'm not.
It's called
how do you know what you want?
Communication. You'll know you're interested because when you meet someone, based on how the dialogue goes, you'll know whether you're interested. It's amazing. You'll know. You'll pick up chemistry. You may have a little chemistry. That person may be physically attractive to you. That's okay, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be with Magilla Gorilla. But at the same time, I don't.
No, I'm. Yeah,
okay.
No, keep going.
I don't know
because you. I mean,
no,
I said you tried it one time. I was like, you girl to love him, and you tried it when I was younger. I was like, I don't like him.
Well, I tried it for you.
Well, yeah,
but at the end of the day, you have some type of attraction.
Yeah,
and so you'll have communication.
Yeah,
and that's when you decide, based on the communication, whether there's even any level of interest, whether you want to take this any further.
Right.
And so at that time, you can start making a decision to have more communication.
Okay.
Okay. But as
so just not ignoring the red flags. It should like immediately, like when
Like,
you see
immediately.
somebody, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling this or I'm not feeling that, then don't even waste your time.
immediately,
Yeah.
we have got to understand that we're as believers, as Christian women, we're not putting ourselves out there with every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Right.
No, you're special.
We're
You're
sacred,
valuable. You, first of all, your time is too valuable for you to be wasting with everyone who says hello.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we're not
is
going
true.
for everybody who says hello. You have to pick and choose.
Right.
But what you can
So come
do
with knowing what you want.
Come with
I think that's
knowing
what happens a lot.
what
Though.
you
Some
want.
people that are single, we just like,
it's like whatever,
hey.
because you don't know what. It's one of those
Yeah.
where you don't know what you want until you figure out what you don't want.
Right, but then it's like, okay, so what about the list thing then?
You can have a list.
Mm-hmm.
And the key is making sure that person that you're talking to in the communication should be checking off some of those boxes.
Right.
How is
like,
it
yeah,
that
no.
you have a whole things that you said that are important to you?
Right.
This man is not checking any of those boxes, and you are still having communication after communication.
But we're talking, I guess, but that's more moral wise, not not what is it like? Has to be 6'5", has to work this or work that. Is that more of a? It should be more moral based.
Yes.
Okay.
It definitely should be moral based. But there are some things if you really don't, you said based it. If you're not attracted to a man shorter than you, I get that, but I don't also get that you should really close that off,
right?
Because you might be surprised that might be the one.
Right.
That's the
I
one.
feel like my attractions have changed too.
Right.
Yes.
I got to know.
Exactly.
Right.
When I was younger, light skin and wavy hair was it.
Yeah, and that is not on my book.
It is so not it. Not
right.
Not for me now. So what you come to find is that what you might have been attracted to at one point in time, it may change.
That's true.
But the thing is, what are you talking about in your communication?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't even think we answered the question.
Should you be dating multiples?
Oh, definitely not multiples, because this is the thing. You need to be paying attention to that person. You need to be focused on what that person is saying. And it's really unfair to be comparing him to someone else.
Yeah.
Because that's
then when you're like, okay, we don't get along. This is not it.
Right.
And you're like, okay.
Next.
Moving on. So
Moving
I get
on.
that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair. I wouldn't want someone who's saying, I'm looking for a covenant partner.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, if he says he's looking for, because if he's not looking for one, we have nothing else to talk about.
Right.
But if he's looking for one, I would like to believe that he is going to be at least giving me his sole attention until he figures out that I'm not the one.
Right.
So, that whole dating multiples,
nah, I'm not. What do you guys think? Put in the chat what you guys think.
I don't even know if y'all should put in anything in the chat. Hey, Shantae, how are you? But Tyra, how are you? We definitely should really value our time. We should be better stewards over our time. Yes.
And courted properly and
things
like that. Yeah.
But people don't court. People they
I've been courted
text
once.
They
and
text.
I was like, wow.
They text and then they get into. I don't understand. You have a whole get to know one another through text messaging. And then next thing you know, you're in this relationship or sex. Yeah. Okay. You're.
I feel like though it could change. I think it's on both people. Like even if I guess this day and age and that's what you're doing, or that's what a man is used to, just texting girls and having the conversation. Yes. But if you were to set the tone differently,
Yes.
then they would change it.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Like
Bingo.
that first,
yes.
maybe 2 conversations, like, oh, she probably is looking for a date soon, or she not going to keep responding. Like, what do you keep texting my phone for, as opposed to just,
exactly.
are we going out or are we not?
And Bishop and I, we really believe that when you meet someone, that's fine. However you meet them.
Right.
Like whether you meet them online or whether you meet them in person, the rules don't change based on how you meet them. The rules are still the same. And we believe you can talk on the phone, have conversations on the phone. When it's time to actually meet up, we believe in lunch and going out, maybe meeting for coffee during the day.
Yeah.
There are no evening dates.
Yeah.
Because that brings a lot of temptation.
It brings a lot. It seems to set a tone.
It definitely does.
And it sets expectation. That shouldn't necessarily be there, but it does. So we recommend, no, you meet for lunch.
Yeah.
You meet during the day. There's no pressure. You both drive there.
Right.
So because if both of you can't drive there, then
that's not on the list.
I don't know if we should.
And hopefully he got an actual lunchtime. He only got a good 30 minutes or an hour. If he got 4 hours worth of free time, then on a Tuesday.
That's true. Like, make sure, but then you can just see them out during the day. Jay said, set your standards and boundaries and stick to it.
And stick to it.
That's the stick to it part.
The problem is we start making excuses and we start putting in gray areas because, okay, well, I want a man who's driven. I want a man who's going after some things. Doesn't mean he has everything yet, but he's striving, right?
Right.
That's what you want. But then you meet a man, he's in between jobs and he has all day to talk to you.
No. Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
He got all day to talk to you. You at work. He blowing your phone
he don't
up.
Got nothing.
What you doing? What you eating for lunch?
No.
He blowing your phone up.
No.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. That was good.
Yes.
Just pop up at your. Oh, okay.
You want to read this one?
See.
Okay.
Let's see. So, what are non-sexual but intimate ways we can express our love language while dating someone?
Okay.
Just talking about
this. I was just talking about this. So,
okay.
I feel like actual like somebody rubbing your head or you're or rubbing your back, but not down to the butt. Like we're just like holding hands and
and be good.
Like just like the not the innocent, but the safe cuddles, but not like
the safe cuddles. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
cuddling outside,
cuddling like if you was cuddling in front of family
your
or
father.
friends.
Yes,
it wouldn't be looking. It wouldn't be looking crazy.
Yes, I think though. I think the love language thing is big only in that you should know what your love language is.
Yeah.
You should know what appeals to you and be able to express that.
Yeah.
See, a lot of times we don't express it. We expect someone to assume and everybody's is different. So you have to have that dialogue.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this before we even get into love languages and before we even get in your first conversation, and I know there's some singles out there who are going to disagree, but let me help you with something. Your first conversation, it should be name, rank, and serial number, right? Name, status, whether you're single, married, whatever. These are the first couple of questions you ask anyone.
Between experimenting, flipping to the
like,
other side.
Specify.
Or you only with women.
Right.
Ask that question. And then the next question is, what is your relationship with Jesus? Now, some people say, well, that's too soon. No, it's not. No, it's not, because it's only too soon for the person who don't have one. Yeah. The one who has one doesn't have a problem, not only with answering, but they'll be thankful that you asked.
You also have to be able to read in between the lines because people be playing on that question. Like, I got my own relationship with God.
Like,
you need to be like, what does that even mean? It ain't in the church ever.
Are you studying? Like, what's your level? Even if you're like struggling, like I have been, I struggle. Just some type of background of knowing if y'all are on the same page.
Yes.
Because the conversations, I've dated someone before where I didn't even talk about God. I just didn't have that. And I was like, that's the one thing that we did not connect on. And it just was like, and now I know why it didn't work out, because I couldn't connect with him on a spiritual level. I couldn't talk about prayer or Bible study, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's key. It's key, especially what kills me. I've seen it. Because I've been in ministry for a while now. You'll see women who are strong. They're serving in their ministry. They're applying themselves. They're growing. They're moving. They're even ascending in their jobs, and as it relates to their businesses. And they meet someone, and then all of a sudden they get ghosted.
But do you feel like, well? Yeah, but
they get straight.
Do you feel like women don't bring it up, or not? Maybe just not even women, but I can only speak from a woman's standpoint. But do you think that they don't bring it up because they think that is something that will, depending, I guess, on where they met the man at,
they will run it.
They will run him off because, like, oh, you too serious. Like, I'm not trying to.
But it's like, you are.
But my thing is, what do you date? What is your
doing it for? But you're so desperate, you don't want that person to stop talking to you.
Matter of fact, that goes to one of my notes here that I wrote. I said, wait a minute. When you learn to trust God and His timing, you won't be thirsty. Yep. See, because the questions that you're afraid to ask should be red flags to you.
Yeah.
See, why are you afraid to ask the question?
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. Someone said it makes big issues down the road. Jay said it makes big issues.
It does make big issues.
Then finally,
down the road.
y'all are having,
Then you're trying to figure out why. Okay, now when stuff happens, there's no basis.
Yeah.
You're saying, well, okay, well, what does God say? He like, I'm doing what I want to do.
I'm doing me.
We
gotta pray about
I want to do I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it creates major issues.
It will hold you accountable if that's what you're actually doing. That you may be like, well, he'll call me a hypocrite if I bring this up or that up because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. But that's the red flag for you. Because
quietly, if he really tempts you in that way, you go in there and you know it.
Right.
See,
and I would hate to be in the mix and he'd be like, all right, Jesus girl.
But what you do when that happens is, honestly, he now realizes
you're not standing on business.
You got double standards.
Look,
you're a hypocrite. He knows it. He'll never say it, but trust and believe it changes what he thinks about you.
Yeah.
My husband told me this a long time ago, and he said, if a man is serious, if he really likes you, he'll wait.
Yep.
The other thing is, if he really likes you, he already knows that. It doesn't take a man long to know that he is very interested in you.
That is true.
You thinking, it's going to take him a while. No, it's not. It doesn't.
Yeah.
He already knows. He's just waiting to see
how long you gonna let him play.
He's like, how long?
Yeah.
Well, how long did she say nothing? I guess. Yep. Keep going.
Yeah. Keep going. Let's see. Okay. What's the next question? As a woman, is it okay for me to lead spiritually while my significant other is trying to strengthen their relationship with God? Okay, leave that up for a second, because I just want to break that down a little bit. As a woman, is it okay for me to lead spiritually? Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Lead what? You single. You ain't leading nothing.
If you're in a relationship, it says.
But you're still single though.
You're
right?
single.
You still single.
You're single.
You married.
You not leading him.
Oh yeah, I guess.
You single.
You're not married. Yeah.
Now you can be an example. You can be a strong example, but it's for you, it's not for you to lead him.
Okay. What if you are married?
If you're married, you're still not to lead him.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the top and pray.
You gotta go to the top.
She said, what he said? I know.
You gotta go to the top.
Yeah.
But see, this is a good question, because this is Christians trying to do worldly stuff. You're trying to mix worldly ideas in doctrines and patterns with spiritual doctrine, and it doesn't work. You're talking about leading a man. No.
Right.
Why? If he doesn't, yes.
Right.
I don't. First of all, I
wanna do that.
don't want to lead him.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you have to look at if he's not where he needs to be spiritually, but according to the question, he's striving.
Right. Okay.
Then you sit your tail and wait and let him strive.
Right.
And be a good example while he's striving.
Right.
Be a good
That makes
encourager.
sense, being a good encourager.
Be a friend to him.
Yeah.
And when he falls short, don't tear him down.
Exactly. Don't tear him down. Just encourage him to get back on. Tell him how good God is. God is a forgiving God. But you are not invested because you two are single.
Yep.
But
That
see,
makes sense.
when you're trying to lead, okay, wait a minute. Do you have any tips on keeping the
Wait, she
friendship
going
alive?
fast,
Okay,
Ariel.
wait a minute. Yeah, Ariel, just okay. Do you have any tips on
Have fun.
keeping the friendship alive within your
What did he say?
marriage?
Have
Within the
fun.
marriage? Yeah, like
Go on dates and stuff.
Go on dates. You gotta have inside jokes.
yes.
And you gotta like be on the same.
Do the stuff you did before you got married.
Yeah.
Do the stuff you did in the beginning. Like my husband and I are like, we like each other. We like hanging around each other.
You gotta
So, that doesn't mean I like him all the time.
Right.
Because sometimes I don't.
I like mine a lot.
Sometimes I don't. But I mean,
that's why they're friends.
we like traveling together. We laugh at some of the stuff. We really enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
So, and we have things in common that we do.
Yeah.
So that's how you keep the fun. That's how you keep the friendship going. I don't talk about him behind his back.
Right.
I don't.
A very, very close.
But it's not like he's
doing this
like,
this,
or like, let me say, I don't cut him down.
No.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't, because I still, I'm a friend to him.
Yeah.
If you want to be friends with your spouse long term, then be friendly. Be friendly. What do you do with your girlfriends?
Yeah.
Catch up. How you been? How you feeling mentally? How you feeling?
You make your girlfriends feel good when you're around them.
Yeah.
That is true.
You give them your attention. You focus on each other.
Yeah.
That's what I do. All right, Ariel, you got another one?
You made is good.
Yeah. These are mocktails. I did not mention that. I am drinking some peach sparkling cider. Brittany is drinking the peach sparkling cider with strawberry syrup in it.
Yeah, I had that same one.
And you have the same thing? Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Any tips on celibacy while dating? Okay, Sasha, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have my tips?
I ain't got no tips.
She said, stay strong.
No, I think my tips, honestly, is like, I had to really get into like self-care, taking myself out on dates. A lot of my friends encourage that for me anyway. Taking myself on dates, journaling. It's just like really just enjoying your single life, not really finding distractions, but making sure you are busy.
Yeah.
In a way where you're getting stuff done, maybe accomplishing your goals, things like that. And stay away from the temptation.
That
The nighttime,
yes.
like stay away
yeah.
from the temptation, because
I think that's key.
That's, you had mentioned last time, like, you know yourself.
Yeah.
If you know you're a flirt, a heavy
Yeah.
flirt, and you know this one person you always around, you already know. Don't even take it there. Don't even start certain conversations too. Like, stay out of
Yeah.
certain dialogues,
Yeah.
conversations.
Ooh, maybe them late night talks.
The late night.
Yes.
Mind you, sometimes you don't even, you really don't mean none of it.
Right.
Talking it up.
I was just joking.
You're like, what?
Wait, where we
But
go?
sometimes, like, certain of those things can
Yes.
get into your spirit and make you feel certain ways.
You know, the other thing too is you got to, like you said, you got to know yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to know, you don't watch what you're watching on TV.
Yeah.
Like,
be
watch,
careful.
be
Mhm.
mindful of what you're watching. And, you know, you watch all those romantic things and now you feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you know.
Big head. No. Yeah.
So
This is true.
I think you have to constantly remind yourself of your value.
Yeah. That's important.
You
And
have
praying, having that really
Yes.
deepening your relationship with God, having that one-on-one relationship. And even when you're struggling with celibacy, which in the beginning it's always a struggle.
Right.
When you're struggling, you know, pray about it.
It's
like
like drinking that Pepsi.
Yeah.
Like once you have, you know,
Stay
it's
away.
hard. It's like crack. But it is. But
it's true though.
You have to remind yourself of why you are doing what you're doing.
Know your worth.
Know your worth.
Know your worth.
Remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing.
And then the effects if you
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the
like what happens when you do it? You feelings and you know it's just a lot.
It changes completely.
Shantae says that's the key.
God
Anita said not the Pepsi.
God forbid he ghost you. You did all that.
Yeah, he ghost you, and now you
now your self-esteem is taken away.
Yes.
Now you're feeling
my
the
God.
shame. And what was it that Pastor Tanya said the other day? Shame will walk you like a dog and drag you like a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's how you're hard.
she's a beast. But it's so
it's true. Though. That
You
shame
have
will,
to the conviction. And now you know you put yourself in a position where you regret doing it.
Yeah.
I talked to my daughters and I asked them this question because I think it was so important. I asked them, of course, I don't have any problem telling their business or mine. But neither one were virgins when they got married. Okay.
Nope.
But when I talked to them and I told them, you know, I wished I had waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I talked to them about it, they wish they had waited too.
Yeah.
Because it's something, that gift to be able to give to your husband is just on a whole nother level.
But I think like as a young girl, like it was one of those things where it's just like, it's a gift. Okay, that's cool. But it's more to like the rejection you feel.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's the rough one. The rejection.
Like.
Because
it's
just
so
like
much that
they start
changing.
changing.
You don't even you're not even comfortable with yourself. And for one,
Yeah.
you don't even know what you're supposed to be feeling. It's supposed to even be feeling good until you know yourself for real.
Yeah,
right.
So that
true.
was so I did
it's
all
like,
of that and that was dumb.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah.
like,
all you
Right,
did was get left wet.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even buy the cute underwear. Just get the grandma like
don't even
for your
do
temptations.
too much.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Don't buy no cute drawers.
That is good. That is
like
good.
get the like keep it real. Don't even make it all cute and all that stuff down there. Don't do nothing to prepare you for what if? No, just be like
just in case
it's horrible down there right now. So don't touch it. Like
no, and like say away because you know they don't be caring.
They really don't because they would as my husband said they would bang a snake if somebody would hold his head. They don't care.
I don't want a man that wouldn't care.
But most of the time, until they mature, until they grow,
That's true.
give them that opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of times it's not that they have the intention on dogging you. It's that they really aren't mature enough to do anything but that.
Yeah. And I think things
Yeah,
change.
that's
I
true.
mean, and they don't even, I think they might not even know that
Men
that's
are
not even
just
really
different.
what they wanted until it happens. And they're like, I don't even want to be with her anyway.
Right.
And you done did all of that. And it was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm good
Yeah.
on that. So,
That's
Yeah.
true.
yeah, it's just.
Okay. What
That was a
do
good
we
one.
have any other? Okay. When entertaining the thought of marriage while in a relationship, when is a good time for marital counseling? The minute you start entertaining, when you two start having dialogue about marriage, that's when serious dialogue about marriage, that's when I believe counseling would really benefit both of you, because counseling, when it's done right, they don't tell you what to do. They pose a lot of questions, and they just pose these questions to give you things to consider and give you things to talk about and see if the two of you are on the same page. And if not, can you get on the same page? Or is it a deal breaker? There are some things that are deal breakers.
Yeah.
And you, like, for instance, if there's a person who says, I don't want children, there are some people who don't want children, and that's fine. But if you know you want children, deal breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be
You're
honest
You're
with
gonna end up
yourself.
forcing him, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah,
happy.
thinking, oh, well, they'll change their mind.
Or you want to get pregnant, and then he start treating you all crazy because he ain't never want that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Somebody
Yeah.
said in the comment, after getting close to God, I wish I would have. She's talking about the celibacy. I didn't value myself as much as I do now. I have a daughter. When the time comes, how do you convince her to save herself until marriage?
Tell her tell the truth. I feel like don't just, oh well, because God wants us and all, that, but also all the other stuff that comes with it. Like, it's not beautiful. It does hurt. You're confused half the time. You fall more in love. They fall more out of love. Like, or they don't want to be with you no more. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's a lot that goes in it. And then if they're talking to this one, talking to that one, you have to tell them the truth. I feel like don't do it because I said so, or don't do it, yes, because of God, and that's what we want, but also all the extra traumas that we have, that we've gotten from it. Like,
but the thing is, and that's so true, but that's what God was trying to spare you from.
I know, but I feel
from
like
the traumas,
yes. But I understand that, but and to say that that's why break it down, because it's like, it's almost like, okay, the don't have a baby, and it's like, well, everybody else, they seem like they're pretty okay. Half the time I want to throw all of mine out the window. Like, like the real how that comes with it, that, and just not sugarcoat it. And then,
but I also think it's something that you talk about, like you said, you have conversation after conversation. I think that the conversations start when they're very young.
Yes.
You put the expectation out there, and you raise them according to the expectation that you have.
Build their self and help them build their self-esteem too.
But you have to create an environment for them. For instance,
for them to talk to you.
You have to create an environment for them to talk to you, but you also have to create an environment in which you are putting them in situations and circumstances, involving them in things that will build them up.
Yeah.
That, number one, that take up time.
Yeah.
That build their self-esteem, that reveal to them their value without it coming from somebody else.
Right.
That's good.
There are a lot. I know. I wish.
Start looking at yourself like, oh, he left. Mind you, it's just he's immature. The whole time you're thinking it's you.
The fact is, I think that because of the world influence, and that was something I did want to talk about, the worldly influence, we think that it's okay for our children to be exposed to some things prior to them being ready. And I'm not saying don't talk to them about things, but I'm saying, for instance, you need to discuss when are they going to be allowed, if at all, in high school to have a boyfriend. Maybe it's the boyfriend thing. If you start telling them at 4 and 5, boyfriends are overrated, or I don't want you, that's not the focus. If you're not always having conversations in which it's always about that, if you're not allowing them to watch certain things on TV so soon, then there are things that you're going to have conversations about.
Going to, if they're going to public school and they're being around other children, you do have to have those conversations pretty early, and to know, like, so what are you guys talking about?
But it's okay to have the conversations. But it's also okay to tell them that's not what not the plan for your
every
life.
time you see it, it's like that, but that's
not for you.
That's not it.
Yes.
And I mean, I know this is a little off topic, but I was outside with my 2 daughters, 15 and 9, and we were outside on a step yesterday, and a group of girls walked down the street dancing in Sexy Red, and they were twerking on the corner. And yes, they look like they were having fun, but in the I'm talking to my daughters like, those are what the guys want. Those are what the guys go for first. That's what they like. They look like they're having fun. And I know that looks like it's fun, but that's not who you want to be. Right. Because they're going to be wet and heartbroken. And that's not where you want it. So it's like I'm leaving it, and they were young girls too. So, but leaving it open to, you see that, stand over here for a second and let me explain. Let me explain what would really happen. Yes, they would get flocked to. Yes, that's the truth. But they know a boy would know you're back here being safe. But they're gonna, and it's gonna seem like I want to do that. Seem like they're gonna eventually get used up and get, this and that and all the trauma that we talked about. And then when they mature, when they want to come back, and then you can sit and pick yes or no, I do want to go that way or not. So you just have, you have to really explain it. Not just, no, we're not doing that. And you're just unfun mom.
And we have to, and we have to, and I would be derelict in my duty if we don't talk about the role of a father in a daughter's life. It is huge, because a girl needs to, the first love from a man should be from her father. And a lot of times that's what girls are looking for. And so that's part of it. It takes a village. It definitely takes a village. But if you
they can see how they should be treated.
Yes.
The little dates.
Exactly.
The little gifts.
And know that I can be loved and not be touched.
That's good.
And so, and raise them with a reverence for God. Raise them, because, it is so important to build them up in who they are and what God has called them to be. And there's no way to do that without God. And so it is so important. You can say, well, I'll let them pick that when they get older. By the time you're letting them pick they've already been rode hard and left wet, as whatchamacallit said in the TV show. But anyway. Rode hard and left wet. That's what she said.
And blocked and ghosted.
And blocked and ghosted.
Oh my God.
All at the same time.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy. Celibacy.
Yes.
Celibacy. That's how we started this
Celibacy.
Look, this conversation needs to be had. These are things that, and let me tell you, yes, I am a pastor. And what? Conversations need to be had, and I'm not saying anything that doesn't go against the word. We have to have these conversations. The problem is, I don't know what some people are doing.
Sugarcoating.
They're sugarcoating, or they're just not talking about it. And I'm not taking on a world view of how we should conduct ourselves. No, you should be holding out. You should be not touched until marriage.
Yeah.
And if you're anything like me, I went through a divorce. I still didn't do it right. I still didn't do it right, but I had to do it right in order to be in this marriage as long as I have been in marriage. And so I'm telling you, there is a way that seems right to a man, but it brings ways of destruction. That is the word. It's not about what seems right, even to you. You need to go to the word and conduct yourself accordingly if you want to get those results that you're truly looking for. Look, whether you decide to be married or not, every woman doesn't want to be married, but I believe most for real do.
Right.
And most, and I would say a lot of the ones who say they don't want to be married is because deep down they believe it won't happen for them.
How do you feel about a forever fiance?
What is that? It's an oxymoron. It's an oxymoron. It doesn't.
I'm just saying, like,
it's an
it
oxymoron.
seems like it's on the table, and it's just never happening.
You're
like,
but no, when a man really first of all,
how long is it forever?
Forever. It just seems like you've been engaged, but it's just never. But you're playing house. But it's just never.
But see, that's what happens.
On the finger,
you give up. You give everything. You give everything that you had.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hoping and wishing, and let me say this: your self-esteem, whether you want to admit it or not, you're getting beat up because deep down you want it. You want to be married, but the problem is, why should he?
Right.
Why
would he? You didn't put your foot down.
Right.
Hold up to standard. Like, look, and sometimes women can push men to marry, and they just like, all right, cool. You just put this on her, and now you just cannot say forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
I don't want to be 108 walking down no aisle.
I'm not. You know what?
Listen, I can be single for all of that.
But this is the crazy part. If you really stood your ground with your standards, you would have been married a whole lot sooner.
Yeah. Right. He would have known, like, no.
He would have known. I know no further until,
that is true.
But no, we think we got to give it because we're trying to compete. We think, and just like you were talking about, we have to teach our children and even grown adults.
Yeah.
You are not competing with anybody.
Right.
But that's why we feel like we got to give away everything in the kitchen sink to some dude because somebody else is going to come and take him away. If they can take him away, he ain't yours.
They can have him.
He ain't yours. Let me tell you.
She was already under the sink.
Yep.
That was a good
one. Yours.
I can read this one.
Okay.
How do you maintain your individuality within a new marriage? How to not lose yourself within the relationship?
Ooh, that's good.
I don't know.
No,
I feel like I lost myself with the kids. Okay. Not necessarily with the relationship. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Number one, you have to understand that when you enter in the covenant, I know this is going to hurt some people's feelings. It's going to hurt some ladies' feelings.
Oof.
Especially, it's going to hurt some men if they listen to this. That most of us enter into marriage thinking what we're going to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what the covenant is about.
Right.
Okay.
And so you enter in looking for what you're going to get. And at that moment, you've lost focus on what you're supposed to bring in.
Like how they're going to fulfill me?
How exactly.
Okay.
And so if you really understand covenant and understand what marriage is about, you will always have to keep focus on you because you will have to grow.
Yeah.
You can't stay the same person and think that your marriage is going to be successful. You are not going to be able to hold that man if you are not maturing. It's
I
you're
remember
not
you told me
holding.
that. You was like, you got to mind your own business.
You got to mind your own business. You look, your vagina is not holding him.
Right.
I know that's right.
Don't ever get that
It's a million
twisted.
of them out there.
Don't
Listen.
ever think that is what's
Mm-mm.
going to hold your husband.
Nope. Oof.
You better grow in your relationship with God and walk in the power and authority that he has for you, so that you can be all that God has called you to be. That's what, and he benefits from it.
Right.
Your marriage, your household benefits from you being all that you are supposed to be. So yes, two become one flesh, but the flesh together is only as good as the weakest person.
Yeah.
So
you guys both have to be.
You have to be grown,
yeah.
but
Growing.
you can't make him grow.
Right.
You can't focus on him,
Only
but what
focus
you
on
can
your
do is focus on you.
And I would encourage him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If
You
you're
don't have. He's looking. He's like, wait, this chick reading, this chick doing this, she
Right.
doing that, and he's like, wait, well,
He
what?
started organizing my sticky pads yesterday.
He's like, dang.
This is nice.
Yeah, it's true. That is so true.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. It's we have to. We don't understand the power. We think that. We think our body is the power. No, it ain't. It isn't. He can look at a big butt and a smile all day and and think it's cute and attractive, but he didn't marry that.
Yeah.
He married what he thinks is a partner that's going to help him do whatever he needs to do in life. That's what he wants, a partner. He wants somebody who
everybody can have play a part.
Play your part.
But
He wants someone who.
But that's a good thing too,
yes.
as far as that's what, even if a man, that's what they're even looking for, even if that's not what they're looking for. Like, yes, they could be looking at the big this or that, or the one who's putting herself all half naked, whatever. But you being what you're supposed to be walking in, that's how you're going to get what you.
That's how you get 26.
Get the husband.
That's how you get. Yep.
Take your notes. I'm taking mine. I'm taking my notes every time.
Oh, Ashley's on. She said big facts. Lydia says, say that. Andrea says, my man listening on the sideline and he's agreeing. Right? Yeah. It's time that we have these conversations.
Yeah. And support each other in it too.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a damper, but I did have some scripture. Check this out.
The Bible.
Yes, remember the Bible. But one of the scriptures that I thought is so good here is Genesis 3:11. And this is when, Adam and Eve had taken and eaten of the fruit, and they were hiding in the garden, and God finds them because he's like, Adam, where are you? And then Adam was like, well, I hid because I was naked.
Right.
And he asked him, who told you were naked? And I thought about that. It just came to me when I was preparing for this. And the question we have to ask ourselves when we're doing what we're doing as it relates to our behavior in our singleness, or y'all singleness, ain't mine. Who told you? Who told you to do that? Who told you to act like that? Who told you that you had to give it up in order to get? Who told you that he's going to leave you if you don't do this or you don't do that? Who told you had to let him use your car while you at work? Who told you that you had to buy him this and buy him that in order to keep him? Who
I know who told him.
Who told
that
him?
Same lonely single female that's still lonely and single. That's who told. That's who. And that low self-esteem, because ain't no way.
I'm telling you. Who told you?
So be aware of
Who told you had to get the Brazilian butt lift in order to get him?
The world,
Yeah.
social media, what you see other women doing.
Who told you? And I'm not. Look, I'm not really against it. If you do it, rock out. But if you're
all
doing
the wrong reasons,
do it because that's what you wanted to do, just
Right.
because that's what you wanted to do for you.
Yeah.
But that's not what these women are doing.
No.
Who told you had to be partially naked on social media? Who told you that?
It's the attention that you get, and you think you're getting it from, even though there are men that do feed into that. You think, okay, I'm getting it, but those aren't the ones that you want.
Yeah.
The ones that you want to be married to, they don't want that. They wish you would jump on somebody's internet with your stuff out.
Right.
Be knocked between the dryer and the washer.
Still holding that, like you had talked about before, holding that integrity. For
Yes. Who told you? Like,
for God,
you got to be honest about who's in your ear.
Yeah.
Who are you allowing to influence you?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you're allowing people who are miserable, people who don't even have the fruit.
Yeah. And they never tell you that they're miserable.
Man, my mentor, Dr. Didi Freeman, like, she could tell me because she got the fruit. She got the fruit across the board.
Right.
She, and so, she can tell me some things.
Yeah.
I will listen because she has the fruit.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're listening to people, you're listening to the world, you're listening to social media. You're listening to these girls coming on there talking about, well, if he don't take me to a 5-star this, and if he doesn't take me and spend $500,
That's crazy.
The first date I had with my dude, we went to a diner. Well, in matter of fact, it was after being at the club, but we went to a diner and had breakfast, and we talked for hours.
Yeah.
And you're talking about he got to spend this. You like, who told you?
Well, what qualifies you to?
Right.
Crazy
like,
thing,
what I wish my son would. you know that girl? She was just out with James the other day.
Yeah.
Why are you
spending?
No.
Yes. Who told you?
No.
So beware of it. Just keeping that circle, a nice circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like
But sometimes we have to ask that question because some of us are telling ourselves that.
Right.
Yeah.
Some of us are telling ourselves, I'm not good enough. I got to do this.
I gotta do
I'm
something
never
extra.
going to get a man unless I do this. I got to put my kids in the attic. I got to act like I don't have children, or I got to do all this just so I can get. That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
It is.
It is. You listening to the enemy tell you everything that's going to help bring you down, everything that's going to help break you, because everything he tells you to do is designed to destroy you. Yeah. And you're caught up because you think it's corny to listen to the Bible. Well, the Bible's got me 27 years in.
Yep.
The Bible got me a husband who told me I didn't have to work anymore. The Bible got me a man who respects and honors me.
Yeah.
Yep. She said, I am enough.
I am enough.
We are enough. We are.
We say it, but do we really believe it?
We gotta believe it. We gotta live that out.
That's another way that one of these things I got. Wait a minute, let me see. Where does it say? My motives for how I conduct myself on the dating scene. The one thing is, you say I am enough, but your actions say different.
Right.
Your actions say different. You'll even tell him, I'm in the I'm this, I'm all
and then do
that.
the opposite.
Yeah.
And then you giving blowjobs.
Right.
I wish you would put your mouth on something. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Look, we
can have the same lips you praise the Lord with.
Right.
Don't touch that mic.
I mean, what we doing? Then you sending pictures. You sending dirty. You sending naked pics.
Right.
Then you doing all the things, but I'm enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know Alita. She enough. She
She said,
real.
"Oh my."
But it's true.
But
it's like, but we got to start believing this. And
believing
if
it,
you
walking
don't
it,
believe
yeah.
you're enough, you're not ready to date.
Yeah.
That's good.
What
That's
time
the
is
good
it?
one.
It's 9:02. Lord Jesus.
That was good though.
Yeah.
If you don't believe you're enough,
If you don't believe you're enough, if you don't believe you can do life on life's terms by yourself, or do life on God's terms by yourself,
Yeah.
then you're not ready.
yeah, continue to work on yourself.
Continue to work on yourself. And this is how
help you know
good
what
God
you
is.
want.
Mhm.
It will. But as you're working on yourself, that's when the person comes.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess God ain't gonna send nobody to no mess.
Oh, I do need to. Hey guys, guess what? If I have decided,
Okay.
I
Don't even come back. You got a bubble.
excuse me. I have decided that as I was preparing for this, God told me to have a webinar. So because you have been my guest on here, you have joined in. If you found any value in this whatsoever, you can sign up. I have a free webinar coming up August the 15th at 8 p.m. You'll have to register for it. Again, it is free, but you'll have to register and we will send you the Zoom link. So again, August the 15th, 8 p.m., Thursday night, ladies' night, be here for the webinar. Not here. It will be on Zoom, but we will send you that link once you register. I am so excited about that. Let me see. Is there anything else? Because should we take one more? I'm hyped.
One more question.
One more question.
Okay, let's
one more
see.
question, Ariel. Let's see if we could do one.
My
One
bonus
more
question.
I know what these cookies
Unless
are
somebody
good.
had a question.
Yeah.
Oh, did somebody?
Anybody
Did someone
have a question?
The link has been. If you look on there, you can go ahead and register for that webinar right now. And actually, the title of the webinar is "While You Are Waiting." Yeah, I think that's the name of it. While you are waiting.
While you are waiting. I like
so
that.
you can go ahead and register for that. Does anyone have any questions from the audience? If not, we'll take one more question. And let me know, has this been a blessing to you guys? Should we do this again? Let us know. Say some hearts. This has been great, ladies. Awesome. Thank you, Shantae.
Nice. Thank you,
Yes.
Shantae.
All right, we'll do one more question. I think I don't know if the people are scared to ask a question or not, based on. Okay, one more question. Okay. Why does it feel hard to connect when you and your significant other are in different spiritual battles? Ooh, what are ways to support each other while giving them space? Okay.
That was one of my questions.
Now, since it was one of your questions, significant other, do you mean spouse or just any someone you're in a relationship with?
Yeah, like in
Okay.
a relationship. Like you're in a relationship with them.
Okay.
The
first thing you should do is pray for them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's the first thing you should do. You should pray for them and ask God for the wisdom on what to do. A lot of times we start trying to be things that they don't need us to be. Sometimes your significant other may be feeling a certain kind of way. Sometimes maybe he's not so nice. Right. He's got a lot of things going on in his mind. He may be under attack. He may be feeling attacked. As he's trying to grow spiritually, you understand that the enemy is going to come at him.
Yeah.
And so it's important that he need not have to babysit you in the process of him dealing with his issue.
Gotcha.
But we start talking about what's wrong. Why are you not talking to me? Why are you not?
Whole time, he got a lot of stuff.
He's got a lot of stuff going on. And so what you can do, pray for him, ask God in what you need to do in order to be what a friend.
Right.
What does he may need the space? He may need encouragement.
Yeah.
He may not need
someone nagging.
Yeah.
And even a physical thing.
Right.
He may really need just someone to encourage him.
Right.
You would be surprised
listen.
Just listen and not take his issues personally.
Got you. Like put them on you. Like, is he feeling this way because I did something?
Right. Exactly.
Or how can I fix?
Exactly. It's not for you to fix it.
Yeah.
It's not for you to make him feel better.
Right.
He's really got to go through this. We just talked about this in Bible study, that there's some things that we must endure because God is working some things out. He's perfecting us. And so we can't allow our significant other to not endure.
Right.
We try to take away the trial and tribulation. We try to fix it. We try to allow him to work through some things.
Yeah.
So that he can get the growth that he needs.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be his mama.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be his God.
Trying to save him from, like you said, trying to save him.
Trying to save him. Well, let me say. All right, ladies. Well, I think this is it. It has been fun. Are you guys gonna come back and we can do this again?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Of course. This was fun.
Well, this was great. Ladies, we love doing this. We love you. We want you winning in every area of your life.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Pajamas, this is not the last time you'll see Pajamas and Pillow Talk. We'll come back again.
Yes.
But be blessed. May God keep you and protect you until we meet again. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.